I believe there's only two things that people use every day is social media or financial applications. So through only two those things, you can get to as many people as possible. And as you get as many people as possible, and you have a good incentives inside, in your heart, that's where you can start shifting the madness, and addictiveness of social media to something that is more meaningful. So, but the first step is to get the audience and then, incorporating the more educational content on the platform. And that's as well, one of our mission. So yeah, I understand what you're saying here because it is a lot, but it's also good to be addicted if you get paid.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Proof of Talk. I'm your host, Andrei, and I'm here with Viktoriia from Cheelee. Now, Cheelee is a short video sharing application that allows people to earn money as they're watching content. Really interesting concept. But first of all, welcome, Viktoriia. Nice to see you.
Hello, everybody, and I'm happy to be here.
I had to read through your white paper, and we were just talking a little bit beforehand about your application. What is your guys' vision and drive for creating this kind of short video sharing application? And what are you hoping? What kind of gap in the market are you guys hoping to fill?
Yes, I love this question because there is a kind of a few components to right why we build it at first, and then why we're actually doing it. So let's imagine that. I love to give this example. I think everybody knows Airbnb, right? We've been, in remember yourself when you wanted to, when you was traveling before, you never thought about making money on your apartment while you're traveling. So we didn't really know that we can make money on this. And when Airbnb came into place, the same with the Uber, we drove the cars. We did not know we can monetize the cars while we're not driving for personal things. This showed us this time, which is important. It's right. It's the time and assets that you can monetize. So, and Airbnb gave us opportunity to monetize apartments, and Uber gave us opportunity to monetize cars. And we are in Chile giving you opportunities to monetize your time on social media. So that's the gap, like you said, what's whole refilling. It's the time that people, let me ask you this question. What are you feeling? But do you use, by the way, do you use social media?
Social media, but I'd say I'm probably not the typical consumer of social media. I use mostly Reddit, Twitter, and Discord. So
Okay.
I use some YouTube. I do use YouTube, but I watch mostly long form content, probably not that much short form content.
Yeah, but when I'm pretty sure on one of those apps, so sometimes you went through Instagram Reels or, have you, like, what I feel, I'll just speak about myself. I feel that I wasted my time. Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're closing a social media app. It doesn't need to be exactly short video. And it feels like, I just feeling like this waste of the time. So we want to change this. We want everybody will be able to monetize despite the numbers of subscribers, because there is also a huge problem in the market that, like, big companies accumulates huge
Mm.
amounts of money when with the influencers as well. Maybe there's some portion that influencers as well earns, but not ordinary users. So with the feeling of wasted time, uh, they're not monetizing anything. So our mission is to provide everybody opportunity to monetize their social media time despite the numbers of subscribers. It's You can be a content creator or you can be just a user.
Right. Okay. And that's a very good point and very good distinction to make, right? Because I think the despite the number of followers is a very important point there. If you look at applications like Twitter, right, they've recently rolled out this monetization structure, but Twitter is known for having this kind of like kings and homeless basically kind of approach to monetization. Everyone either has a whole lot of followers or no followers at all, and obviously the people with very few followers, they're not going to have access to that monetization platform. So I think, yeah, that's a good
Yes,
approach.
And it's great you just brought it up, the Twitter, because I always give Soul's example, right? There's just let think this way. That's why we kind of moving into that, why we wanted to give everybody monetization. So imagine, right, social media platform. There's a why, where are they getting money to pay to the users, to content creators? As of right now, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok is paying to the content creators. Where are they getting money from? Advertisers.
Of course.
Why advertisers give money to social media platforms? For people to have their eyeballs, their attention on their ads. So that means the product, follow me here, is people. It's not really content creators, but nobody is rewarding people. Everybody's rewarding only content creators. So we thought that's unfair, and we're like, we have to change this. So that's why we have a financial model that is rewarding content creators and users as well.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. I think most platforms just mine and mine and mine data, and yeah, people don't really see anything out of it. I mean, you could argue that the platform, the service itself, is the product that you're getting for selling your data. But yeah, that could definitely be a lot of things to be optimized in that kind of interaction, right?
Yeah.
Um, so how does it work? Let's say, actually, and we were just doing this exercise
Yes.
beforehand, so I'm a brand new Cheelee user right now. I've got the app. Right, I'm on the app.
You have to follow me. Maybe I'll be famous at some point in any app.
Only if you follow me back.
Oh, wait. Okay. It's like the, so early times on Instagram. Follow me and I'll follow you back. Do
Exactly, yeah,
you
100%.
remember that? Oh my gosh.
It was wild times. Every time a new platform starts, everyone just goes a bit nuts over it at first. I remember the early times of Instagram, the early times of Facebook too. It was yeah, wild times. So I see that the application is like, it's very kind of sleek and smooth and very simple to use, which I like.
Mhm.
It's very close
Thank
to
you.
TikTok.
Yes, and I will tell you this was on purpose. That was on purpose. Like we are also, we will add the Web3 platform, and we would build it. We very no, we Web2 platform, but we build it on a few technologies of Web3 because that's only the way we're being able to reward people. We have to reward people in tokens. Otherwise, we will have to get compliant with local currency in every country, and it's going to be impossible to do that model. So yes, we are social media, but we do have utilized some like blockchain technologies. So for people to, there's a first of all, there's a learning curve for Web3 to learn. Right, there's a like opening a wallet, which is super simple, and you will see now. You see a little bit older version. Like if you guys have Android, download it. You will like send a screenshot to the host, and you will see it. It's a two different versions because Android updating a little faster. Like we already simplified a lot of onboardings and like creation of wallet. You don't have to do like a seeds, Frasde. So it's very, very simple for Web2 user. And if you do something like this, there's, leads to mass adoption, you don't want it to change interface. You don't want to, change everything. You want it to be as familiar as you can. So then, people are, it's an easy learning curve, and there pretty much no learning curve or no learning curve. So that's why it's very simple to TikTok. It's very similar to TikTok. You just mentioned that.
It is, but like, I mean, it has the two tabs. Like you've got the following and for you tabs, which is exactly also what TikTok gives you.
Yeah.
But then you have a few other bits that I think on most applications you wouldn't see. So you have the NFT tab right in the middle.
It's called
Uh,
Earn in Android because some people will listen Android.
right.
It's in the
Okay.
middle. Yeah, it's called Earn. That's the was moving apart from Web3 to like more of a Web2 on board, like a simplification of user flow. Yeah. So now it's called Earn.
Okay. So let's get a bit into
Cool.
like the Web3 functionality of it. Obviously,
Yeah.
you have the wallet, right? You can create a wallet or import a wallet.
Yeah,
Um,
you can create a wallet, and you don't. Do you have already assigned automatically with the wallet? That's where the tokens will land, and you have options as well. Create, external wallet where I think seedless wallet. Seed phrase is like a password for your wallet. It will be released in about a couple of weeks. I don't know when the interview will be launched, but it's going to be soon. Maybe when you're watching it, you will already have the seedless. So you won't even need to take care of it. We use like MPC technologies, and it's just going to be seedless. So we're not the one who's going to hold it, but it's going to be easier to restore it if you ever lose it, so you don't have to worry about losing it. So
Okay.
that is the wallet portion, and that's where the tokens land when you're watching content. After once you land on the platform, you will get a few different, like a few tokens. We can't just pay like everybody that is landing on the platform, because otherwise we will have to be Ponzi scheme, to make sure that happens. Once you land on the platform, you get a few tokens. You're getting familiar with the gamification, and that's the gamification. It's the NFT part. So you will go, and if you choose to do so, you don't have to do anything, but surely go and buy an NFT. The price of it, it's a digital glasses. It's not physical. It's a digital. It's just in the form of NFT. It's just a gamification process. You're buying NFT, and the price is $10, $50, or like $461, I think. So it's
Why
very
461?
affordable. I think it's a
Why not
469 or one.
460?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's just some fees that is been calculating into this price. So
Fair
yeah,
enough.
and then it's like a 10, 11, or like 50 something. And so that's the affordable price for the Asia markets. For other markets that we did a little lower tier and a little higher tier, uh, with the 400 tier one. And once you buy NFT, that's the gamification process starting. You starting earning more, and it's in between, like I think the maximum person that earned amount of token was X 3.6.
Okay.
So
We gotta
I've
we gotta
got
talk. So
$50 NFT.
what does that refer to? 3.6? Is that like that's a
So the
multiplier,
price of
right?
the token, that's the price of the NFT. That's what I was going. So the price of NFT, let's say $50. I got this $50 one, right? I just got, I think, X point like 2.1 or something. My NFT just like finished. So every NFT have a lifetime. So then you have a lifetime, and it depends on how much you're watching it, content, and how many hours you spend, how many minutes you spend a day on it. And yeah, your endurance, it's called endurance, it's like it goes down. And so when NFT is over, like that's where you can kind of calculate it. But it depends to the price of NFT. So if you have a $10 one, right? Let's say X2 will be, you will earn 20, like $10. You will get 10 and you will earn 10. So that will be X2. If
Right.
it's a $400, then you will earn $460. So like less, all like I'm not promising you guys gonna do the exact amount of it. There's is it's fluctuates, depends on the what you're doing and how you're doing it. As much as the instructions we give, it's all on the website. It's cheelee.io, and there we explain exactly what to do, how to do, for you to be able to earn as much as possible. But you have to go and do some research on that.
Yeah, no, of course. So that's obviously dependent on the price of the token, right? And that's where we get
Not
a
the
bit
token
into
price, the NFT price. The token price is always stable. It's to the
ah,
the lead token. It's 2.6, like $2.6.
that is stable
The
coin?
one lead token, it's stabilized. You can go to Coin Market Cap and you see a lead token, LEE. It's love earn, token. So the price is always between like 2.6, 2.65. So it's kind of we're keeping it as stable as possible. So the rewards, you can expect the X 1.5, like X2. So it's
Right.
in between
They're
that range.
predictable.
So yeah, so that's why. But the token price can change a little bit, just like a
Okay.
little sense. Yeah.
So how do you guys manage this peg? How do you manage to keep this token stable?
So 100% of the sales of NFT goes to, as we call it, stability fund. And in the future, 70% from advertisement revenue will go to stability fund. So we call it in-app purchases, right? The NFT, it's in-app purchase. It's something you bought from our own marketplace. And instability fund, there's a three things that it goes to. It's a creation content creators reward, it's the user reward, and it's the stability of a token. It's the support of a price of token. So it's always goes around and just stabilize itself.
Okay, so it uses what, like three pools, and these three pools are just stabilizing themselves in a way.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
And that's your utility token, but you also have a
Yeah,
governance token,
we
right?
do. Yes, you did your work on the white paper. I can hear that.
No, of course. I mean, I like to just get down into these things, right? I,
I
I
love it.
enjoy to like unwrap the ecosystem around the project. I think is really fascinating to kind
I
of
love
dig
it. You
into
know, when
it.
I was also building, I've read like 30 white papers in like a couple of days. It was so interesting. I've learned it's like how the ecosystem works and the ideas of how people managing to for them to work. It's so interesting.
Oh
Totally.
yeah,
If you find a
and
project, go read white paper. The
for
best
sure,
thing.
for sure. It's just it's just really good. It's really good education, and it's really good to kind of figure out what people are doing with the technology. So
Mhm.
your governance token, I was curious to see like what applications you have for this governance token, and um do you have a DAO, or is there a DAO involved at any point, or do the general public have any kind of input into the vision or the products that you guys will be developing in the future?
Yes, yes, absolutely. So with there's a chill token and there's a lead token, right? So the lead token you're getting for viewing a feed, getting donations from users. Like you can also will be able to get donations from other users, receiving boxes. That's the gamification process where it's like pops out when you're watching a feed, you get like a box. That's where you collect them. There is a digital glasses upgrade. There is a minting on like charging them, and again spending on donations. With the chill token you will be able to also later on getting for viewing a feed, but also upgrading digital glasses and also buying ads through an ad account. We're releasing our ads manager just like once we get a good amount of user in terms of launching ads in the regions, we will roll out that feature, but it's ready.
Okay.
And then, yeah, winning rewards for like best content creators. You can earn that governance token. And with the governance token, you will be able to, yes, to also vote in later on what features to roll out faster and other things. There will be some involvement in the into participation of building as well.
Okay, no, that's very interesting. Because I do like to kind of understand the decentralized dynamics that kind of
Mhm.
work within an organization, and to see if there's like what are the things that make this governance token have some kind of utility for the general public. So that's interesting. So people are going to be able to use them for advertising.
Yep.
Um, that's really interesting to me as well. I have a kind of a marketing brain. I've used Facebook ads and Instagram ads and TikTok ads. Like I've done a lot of kind of ad work on all these social media platforms, and I generally think it's an interesting thing to take income earned by viewing stuff and then use that to promote your own content on the platform. um, but that also, I think, raises an interesting kind of challenge that you guys may have to deal with at some point, is obviously people exploiting this feature, because technically what's there to stop me or like other people to create like some kind of bot that all like just swipes
Oh,
all
that's
day?
simple. No, we have a fraud, department. You will be blocked right away. So, guys, if you will want to cheat system, right? You you will be blocked pretty fast. We have our own AI team, that build a lot of algorithms as well. Our speed, it's very smart. It's growing and learning every day, and the more we view, the more you actually mark some content not interested to you, the more it's going to learn. And yeah, we use like behavior, like your user behavior of the account, right, and see what you usually do. And if at some point you will just start scroll through things, it's very simple to figure out. Like, I mean, we do block accounts, and to unblock yourself, yeah, you will have to fill it out form, and that's where we will know if you're real or not. But if there is a bot or that's going to scroll through, it's really hard to program it in the way that we want see that is a bot.
Yeah,
But I,
yeah.
I, I highly recommend not to try that.
That's
Because
good
once your
advice.
account is blocked, that's it, right?
Yeah, don't get banned, guys.
Don't get
Um,
banned. Yeah, don't get banned. Don't do bots, or like don't try to cheat system. Just use the app. Enjoy the content and start building audience. I always say, look, There's it's been like a 7 to 10 years that every new social media app will come out and people will get on it, like because there's some new technologies, some good ideas will pop. Everybody's get kind of tired already. The Instagram, then it's TikTok came through. Before that was Facebook, and it will kind of die with the people that the generational. It's like the always decay. So
Yeah.
hasn't been anything come out late in the last 7 years. Though I believe that the Web3 technologies and democratization of the wealth as well, it's a huge purpose. Us Gen Zs care about it,
Mm.
and they've people getting smarter. They notice that they're utilizing the data, and nobody is rewarding them back for it. So people is getting smarter, and
Mm.
they wanted
Yeah.
to be rewarded for the whole time. The attention is the most expensive resource we have. So once the new platform now came out, and it's going to be Cheelee, that our plan is to get billion users in 4 years. So, with
Oh,
that
that's big.
said, start building audience. Just be smarter. If you wanted to become famous somewhere, starting on platforms that are growing fast, that are potentially good, start building audience now, because then later on you will be rewarded, and it will be easier for you because you will already have audience. Do you remember TikTok? People will pop out and start building audiences, and now they're huge. Now they're making lots of money. There's a little bit of money they made through TikTok, but they do money through collaborations with brands. So the more traffic you have, if you're a content creator, the better for you, and the more prices, the prices for your services are bigger. So start building audiences, start putting out exclusive content. People will watch it only there, not scroll through if there's some video that somebody put it from
Mm.
TikTok to Cheelee, right? People will scroll it faster through, so people not going to watch your video because but they might seen it already somewhere. So start putting more exclusive content, and that's how you will get lots of views and a lot of audience.
So definitely people are getting smarter.
Mhm.
I think they're also getting more and more addicted to their phones and to social media.
Mhm.
um, and I just wonder how what kind of influence your application might have on the general public when you not only do you get the endorphin hit every time you scroll, you get like that little dopamine hit, like that, and that's what's getting people addicted. But on top of that, you also know that you're getting a little bit of this token every time you scroll. I think it's a great thing. I think it may get people even more addicted to like scrolling, into infinite scrolling basically.
Well, so we have incentive, in our company. We are founders, and that's why I joined myself. I deeply care about education, and we have a plan, where we are integrating more educational features and components. I'm not a lot, won't be able to share like what is it. It's not in the next year, but it will be happening later on. And we just, I do care personally a lot about improving education in the world. And I believe there's only two things that people use every day is social media or financial applications. So through only two those things, you can get to as many people as possible. And as you get as many people as possible, and you have a good incentives inside, in your heart, that's where you can start shifting the madness, and addictiveness of social media to something that is more meaningful. So, but the first step is to get the audience, and then incorporating the more educational content on the platform, and that's as well one of
Mm,
our mission.
yeah.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying here, because it is a lot, but it's also good to be addicted if you get paid. If you do what you love to do, why not?
Yeah,
If you
yeah. I
create
mean, it's
content, you get
easy.
reward. Mhm.
It's easy to get addicted to these things, for sure. It is. I think it's good that you have a focus on education. It's I'd much rather have people scroll for hours and kind of educate themselves than just scroll and just watch silly trending videos or whatever. And again, I'm not judging anyone who does that.
Yep.
If you're one of these people, that's totally fine. That's totally cool. I just think there's arguably more productive ways of going about your
Time.
day
Yeah.
rather than I know people. We used to have this colleague at work. She would not sleep because of TikTok, right? Like she'd scroll all over until 3 in the morning,
Oh
and
my
she wouldn't even
God.
realize that it's 3 a.m. and she like keeps
Wow.
keeps on scrolling. um so yeah, there's definitely some of that going on.
Yeah, and you guys, if you care about education as well, like you can find me on Twitter. I'm like Victoria. I think we will have a link. It's like a Vic Miracle. It's VIK Miracle. Just text me, like DM me any ideas of the futures, how we can incorporate that better. So if you or Andre comment on whatever you're watching or hearing this interview, just or send a message to host. It's always good to get this feedback, and we are open to or like a future suggestions or any good ideas from maybe people that are working in this industries, and we're working closely with like each aspect of our app with the experts on that. And yeah, please send it to, or your ideas as well on how we can make this world better with social media, because social media, it's not going anywhere, so it's better to make better social media than fight against the social media.
That's a very good point. Yeah, and a good opportunity for people to kind of have their input in some kind of platform rather than just use Instagram or TikTok and just be at the mercy of the algorithm. Um,
And
I
make
think
our
it's cool.
back even more richer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
What
with
was
no
I gonna
intention.
say? I was just gonna go back for a second towards the tech stack that you guys have built this on. So it's on Binance Smart Chain, right?
Yes.
So that means it's like low fees, it's
Yep.
scalable. Arguably, you have support from the Binance team, which I guess you could argue, well, it's not such a decentralized chain like others, but you do have the support. So I think it's a good choice from that perspective. Is this why you guys chose Binance Smart Chain, or do you have other reason for that?
So 2 years ago, when we started building a stack, technical stuff, a stack of the Web3, because I think not many people, I don't think we speak about it a lot, but our team has built before social media app, and it was another country and just in one language, and we
Right.
understood that that's where the founders they understood, they're like, wow, the ceiling is so low, that it's like it's only one language. So this thought, okay, we have to make this, and they had this idea of rewarding people for the time. They're like, we have to make this worldwide. And that's when we took a little bit of stock from that. It's a smart feed and everything, because we built it already, that, and added the Web3 component to it. And at this moment, almost 2 years ago, there was madness going on in crypto. I don't know about you guys, but like I worked in, career wise in crypto like almost over 2 years, like almost three. And it's
Two or
been
three
like
years ago, it
crazy,
was absolutely wild. It was
crazy.
such a wild time.
Yes. So in that time when there's so much noise and there was so many layer twos, I don't know, tens, coming up to market, the problem was they have lots of money, like Harmony Chain. They have $400 million fund. I don't even know where they are now. Like it's just disappeared. So there was a lot of these companies that will disappeared.
Yeah, Harmony had some issues in 2021. I think there was a massive hack. There was like a Harmony bridge hack. It was a huge hack. I think they've lost like, I don't want to say like the wrong number, but I think they lost somewhere between like 50 to $100 million.
Exactly. So a lot of change just disappeared after that. And that's why I think we made a good choice in terms of that we need a chain that is fast and cheap and not going anywhere. That was this chain, the Beam Beam.
Yeah.
Uh, do we want to move to somewhere more decentralized? I actually was speaking with our technical people, last week. I'm like, it would be nice to move somewhere where it's more decentralized. And they're like, yeah, let's consider it. Let's think about it, because in the tech stack, it's not as simple as it could sound. There's things that we've built. We built marketplace and wallet that is, depending on it. So we want to make sure that we're using the resources of investors correctly, not just spending time on redoing things for not, need to redoing things. So yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
we do think about it. And I agree, Binance is not as decentralized, but it's not going anywhere, and it's going to keep working. And you can, always,
Yeah.
decentralize it more if you really want to. with the
Yeah, I
Binance.
mean that's one
Yeah.
of the appeals, right? Like Binance is the biggest organization in crypto. Their chain is definitely not going anywhere for the time being. So from that perspective, like thinking forward, I think it's a good choice. Do you are you guys able at all, like if there's some issue with an NFT or any Web3 issue, is Binance able to support with the chain, like with like on chain, I don't know, tech support, I guess?
I don't know the answer on this question because I'm not in the tech team. I think our team it's brilliant. Our CPO Yuri Cardona, he was running hackathons before in Russia
Okay.
and like other countries, Brazil. I think it's like other, and we do have an amazing, strong technical team. I don't know how much support they do need it, how much support they don't need it. And I don't know if the problem comes up. I'm not in the daily routine of the technical team, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to answer correctly. But we do have a strong technical team. Yeah. Us, we do have access to a lot of great, great developers.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm guessing there is some. That's one of the appeals, I
Mhm.
guess, of the Binance chain is that if something happens, you always have someone to be like, "Hey, there's an issue here. Can we get some support?" Right? You wouldn't be able to do that on Ethereum or on other chains. So it's the old problem of being decentralized versus having the support associated with the centralized chain, right?
Yeah,
And there's different approaches that suit
I love
different
that.
people. Like some people prefer, well, I want to have it decentralized. I want to be in full control. But then there's also the possibility that if you lose your seed phrase, then it's game over for your wallet. There's no one there able to help you recover it, right? So there's advantages and disadvantages on both sides, I guess, from that
There's
technical.
technologies that it's building now, right? That is allowing you like MPC, with it's a multi, power competition, and it's like there are technologies that are growing, and that's why I feel like it's safe to be right now like a little bit more centralized. And once we have technology like ready and go, and everybody used it, and it's awesome, it's working on the centralized side, and we don't need a support, then it's like awesome to use as much as decentralization as possible. But I don't know if everything has to be decentralized. Like AI, I will be scared. I will be really scared if AI gonna get decentralized, guys. Like there's just things in life that it stays better in centralization, like your
Yeah.
data and in other data, some of the information. Like sometimes it's better because then you can erase it, delete it, and
Yeah, the AI point is really good because on one side, right, you have OpenAI and you have Google's AI and have all these companies just
yeah,
creating new AIs and they're lobbying for regulation, right? They're trying to create a similar government body like you have the FDA, but for AI. So a regulating body that will kind of regulate AI. That means that open source AI might not exist because if it's now regulated, a lot of open source code out there will no longer be,
yeah.
legal. So that creates again another interesting choice. Like, are you going to have this regulated so that it's safe? But centralized, so only a few players are able to ever provide this kind of service to everyone, or are you going to keep it decentralized, at the risk of I guess a new Skynet and everyone just getting killed by AI?
Thank you. Really, a good future. We're going to.
Well,
Uh,
it's yeah, it's I think it's just I do like decentralization and I like open source software, so part of me wants to kind of promote this idea of no, AI should be for everyone. AI should be, everyone should have access to AI. But also I recognize the risks of everyone getting access to AI.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. No, for sure. AI is awesome. We do have an AI department, as well, and we're building like text to video tools and other things that it could be interesting, but also thinking about on the back end how we're going to regulate that. So it's important, but it's cool to have I like some AI editing tools. When
Mhm.
the avatar came through and you like created all these avatars, it got like crazy,
Oh, like when
amazing.
you take a picture of you and then you got
And it
like a
creates like
new avatar.
portraits. You add this headshots, and it creates like portraits. So everybody now have this AI avatars that is like was
Yeah.
made up. I like it. I like it. I think it's fun.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
cool, and I think those are not yet the dangerous, more dangerous applications of AI. There's, I think, I like kind of like the nice safe ones for now. I think we're still like, for the time being, I think we're really we're quite safe for now. I don't think
Yeah,
there's any
we'll be good.
AI dangers, which is great because a lot of companies are incorporating AI into their applications. Like you mentioned with you guys with Cheelee, right? You're I think in your white paper you had on your roadmap the what you just mentioned, actually the text to video bit. And I thought that's really interesting, and I was going to ask you about that and what exactly you guys mean by that.
I mean, they're building it. It's not rolled out. I don't know how to answer on this question honestly, because I mean we will, roll out at some point, but it's work in progress. And I think if I even answer now, it will change. It might change. I don't want to mislead people to the wrong futures. Yeah,
No, that's
but
totally fine.
we do working on AI features, and that's what I can say. It's AI. It's video to text to video. We're looking for some good editing tools. So if you guys like building AI editing tools, like reach out to us. We're looking to integrate with the best companies that just working purely on this. So it could be amazing instead of just, making it fast ourselves and deploying. So yeah.
Right. It seems like you guys are a very forward-thinking, kind of progressive company with your with Web3, with AI, and all that. And I think it's one of the first times that I see this package in a mobile application. I've seen some decentralized video sharing websites before.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you're familiar with Contentos, their cos.tv. That's their web, and it's kind of like YouTube but decentralized. They also have a lot of gamification kind of mechanics into play. So a similar concept with Cheelee is that you watch videos and you get tokens for watching these videos. They also have different kind of tokens, and I guess you can cash them out. I've never really tried. I just like upload
That's
on
what
there
I'm saying.
sometimes.
You don't even try when you know about them. It's kind of weird. It's like you wanted to have something that people will try right away, and it's easy and it's familiar. That's what I'm saying. Like innovation is good in here, but it's really hard to move millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people to something that is like purely super new. So
Yeah.
we
Well,
gotta
I
go
think
build it.
it's the distinction, right, between an application that is okay versus an application that is excellent and works incredibly well. Because all these like I think about 1.5 years ago my YouTube channel got demonetized for absolutely no reason at all, right? It was completely within the guidelines and everything, and I tried to reach out to Google and all that. I got nothing, no reply in return. So I started
Wow.
looking into like decentralized video sharing applications where this kind of error can happen. That's why I came across Contentos. I came across Odyssey. So that's odyssee.com, I think. And they're also decentralized. So they're kind of like YouTube, but decentralized.
Interesting.
Um, but
Hmm.
Contentos is very janky. Like it has a lot of things that I don't really like the way they look or the way they work. So I could use it myself because I like to explore these kind of new and upcoming technologies. And I understand that sometimes you're going to have something that just doesn't look or work perfect. But I think the general population, or, to have like proper mass mainstream adoption, that won't work as well. You need like a really nice, really streamlined, really simple application.
Yep. I agree. You gotta be familiar. And then you can add all the craziness
Yeah.
once you already have the people.
Yeah,
For sure.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many users do you guys have right now?
Yes, our user base, it's so interesting. Let me just update you with the like literally the latest one, the metrics.
Well, I'm
Let me
getting
open.
insider information right now.
Yes, I wanted to look at it today myself, and I have an open document because it's still super early morning for me. Let me see. So for the downloads, we have wow, we almost at a million downloads with
Wow.
986,000, and we have a signups like the users. It's 880,000. 788, and then yeah, that's how many users we have.
Wow, that's impressive. In how
Yep.
long a time? How long did it guys take you to get
5 months. In 5 months.
Wow, that's impressive. That is a very good number for 5 months of being
Yeah.
live. How did you guys get to
And we've
this
done
growth?
also, and we also have done over 1.5 million in revenue now.
Oh wow,
Yeah, with it
that's great.
with the NFT, right, part of it. So
Yeah.
people, getting rewarded for sure, because that's 100% goes back to people for now. The
Yeah.
advertisement, that we only take profit from advertisement, but also some fees, but it's very little, right? It's not really countable much.
Yeah, yeah. So how did you guys manage to scale up to 800,000 people within 5 months? Because you're
We
the
haven't we haven't done much marketing yet,
okay,
but
okay.
here I will tell you in a secret, we haven't. So we are starting launching actually as a country in Kazakhstan. And we chose this country for a reason, because there's 19 million of people, and there's a
That's where
53.
you're incorporated.
No, no, we incorporated in Singapore.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But we are launching there. That's where I'm going to. It's 19 million people. 57% in this country use TikTok. 57%.
Wow.
So imagine the ratio. Like, you as a marketer, you counted right away. It's the imagine the ratio of the, people that your ideal customer in the one location.
Yeah, that's a great
It's
market.
amazing. So we're launching there, and then yes, if you guys from Kazakhstan, you will not be able not to hear about us in this country. So that's where we're gonna test all the hypotheses that we have of the marketing side that we've tested before. We did a little bit of influencer marketing, just not much. In each country, maybe one, two, three. Like, we just tested out. So that's how we've been growing. But
Hmm.
yeah, later on you will see us in Kazakhstan, and then we definitely will come to your country at some point.
Yeah, in a city near you.
Yeah, in the city near you, you find us.
That's cool. Yeah, no, that's impressive because I was actually talking to my previous guest or on previous episode about the challenges of marketing a crypto company because you can't use your regular channels, right? You can't use Facebook, you can't use Google ads, you can't use any kind of publisher ads. You have to
Yeah.
go outside of this normal marketing channel.
Yeah, and I think influencer marketing, and because we are for influencers as well,
Right.
and then it makes sense for us to use influencer marketing, because then
Yeah.
it's a win-win for both. Like, they're winning first, right? And then we're winning first with them bringing more platform users, and then they start winning with earning later on. We'll be earning money for the content creation as well. So yeah, and if they want to be watching and earning money, they can do that too.
Yeah. Are there any famous people on your platform for now?
I'm
Or like
sure they are.
influencers?
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure they are. There are a bunch of them. I'm just not. I'm watching videos, but I don't usually read names of influencers, so I wouldn't be able to say it. We have an all influencer department, and if I meet influencer on the marketing agency, I'll just forward it to them, and then they figure it out. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So what are some of the cool things that you guys have lined up on your roadmap in the future
Um, the one we
that are
mentioned,
that are
right,
public?
with the AI, and that's our roadmap. And then other features that you have, I'm just thinking, I'm trying to look at my document, but I don't have it. It's a donation, so it's a live streams. Then you will have you can go live stream, and then you can also do donations from other
Right.
users. So then, once you earn a little bit of tokens, you can always donate them to other content creators or other users. And what else was happening? That's what, like, the major ones that I'm waiting for, because I think that will bring a lot of good influencers on board, as well as some e-commerce like a live shopping, but some of those as well, that it will go well with the live streams. Yeah.
Nice. So you've mentioned before that you would encourage people to create original content on the application rather than cross post from TikTok or Shorts or whatever. Um, what are some of the unique kind of application what do I want to say? What are some of the unique video styles that are on Cheelee that are not on any other platform? Because you know how on Shorts videos are a bit more professional, and on TikTok they're a bit like less professional. Is there a vibe that Cheelee has in terms of the shorts that people produce?
I'm sure it will gain some vibe. I think vibes always kind of have been created more organically, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you set a tone, but I don't think there is a particular vibe at this moment. But with the more educational content on board, I think that's the vibe where we're gonna move into.
I might move bits of my podcast onto Cheelee just to see how it
Yay!
performs. you know.
For sure, do some shorts and reels on like, maybe a minute long with like a good chunk of information that is educational and nice, that is interesting to hear it. I'm always promoting the more educational content, the better.
Yeah, that no, that's very nice. That's very
Then
nice
I'll spend
perspective.
more time on Cheelee. I'm spending already a lot of time, but then I will be actually like sitting down, and looking something. Yeah, that's what I've been promoting. It's like, let's do like educational tabs so then people can just watch the educational content because it's pretty fun. But we'll see, right? I'm not the one person that will decide that it's a teamwork. So
Right, but you all kind of get input into the application, the build, the
of
user
course.
experience, and all that.
Yeah, as much as
Yeah,
the users too. We ask a lot users on their feedback, and we're listening to what people want instead of just what we want to build. Then we're building, what they want to use
yeah,
because it's a your application, right? We're building it for people, for you.
that's a very nice way of putting it. Um, so, as because you're obviously the chief communications officer.
Communication. Hmm. I do a
Um,
lot of business development, yeah, as well as with the
okay,
communications. Hmm.
is that because it's also like chief communications officer is kind of the same as chief marketing officer, interchangeable?
It's a little different though. Communications is more marketing. Chief marketing officer could also play a role of communications. Communications is more of like a doing podcast interviews. That's why I'm here with you. It's going out. It's being on the conferences, doing public speaking from the face. It's kind of a face of the company that you will meet a lot of a lot of times, as much as like other people, right, in the company you might not meet at the conferences. Like I'm the one who's definitely, if our presence at the conference, most of the times I'll be there, and yeah,
So
sharing more about us.
you're always traveling, going places, and talking to
Yeah.
people. I think that's pretty nice.
Yes.
Do you guys plan to be part of any big crypto or NFT conferences in the future?
We
People
just
to need
was
to
in
look out for.
Singapore. It's not clarified yet for now, but we was just at Singapore Token 2049. We had the
Hmm.
booth and we hosted events. So that's where we decided to start, and yeah, we will see later on where will make more sense, as much as also our audience where will be more located in Europe. And yeah, but for now we are not in anywhere at this moment for now. Probably the October, November, and we will start to get more presence later on the next year.
That's exciting stuff. I'm glad to hear
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's exciting always to travel, but yeah, it's always exciting to meet people that can, give you feedback. They're like finding you, oh, like I will install with somebody app in the May, and they're like in September will find me on Singapore and talking. They're like, hey, I've bought this and I use this and it worked so fun, and like I've done this, I shared with a friend. It's so good to hear this feedback, and also from builders in the industry, not only users, which is nice. It's always good brainstorming happening there
Oh
in
yeah,
person. Mhm.
yeah. I love it
Are
when
you
I
traveling a lot for any conferences yourself? You had this Zebu Life in London.
Well, that's the thing. There's a
Mhm.
lot of things around happening
Okay.
around London locally, so I haven't traveled too much at the moment for the time being. But
Mm.
we're also planning to kind of go and pop up at some of the big crypto and Web3 conferences in Portugal and
Yeah.
France and a few other places. So we do have some things hopefully lined up for next year as well. So we'll see how that will go. So we're on our kind of our business is a little bit, I would say, a little bit different. Well, different than what you guys are doing with the NFTs and crypto. We're like building this crypto. Well, we've built it, the cryptocurrency algorithmic trading platform. So
Mm.
we're getting people. Where it's still a lot about education. So it's about educating people about algorithmic trading and how to use it responsibly. And
I was just curious to ask, what is the algorithmic trading? Because when I trade in Binance, I say to myself, do not ever go back to trading our account.
uh,
I was not perfect at it, not good. What is the algorithmic trading?
so it's how you could just go on Binance and trade manually, right?
Like,
Well,
mm,
imagine that you have a platform where you create some rules, and then you
yeah.
can trade based on these rules on the platform. So
Mhm.
let's say that you want to buy Bitcoin every time the price of Bitcoin dips by 3%. And you can create this rule, and then this algorithm will just continue to apply this rule automatically. So you don't have to trade manually to buy or sell manually. This system will do it for you.
I
And
see.
then you can build on top of that, and you can create more complex strategies. You can add stop loss, you can add take profit. And we're also working on further expanding our social element. So let's say that I create a strategy, and I can share that strategy on a public hub that other people can look at, and then they can clone that strategy, and then they can run that strategy themselves. That functionality already exists, but we're looking to expand that a bit more to allow people to do some more cool things with this stuff. So
Mhm.
we're also in crypto. We're a bit more on the financial side of crypto, but we also have a big kind of emphasis on education and making sure that people make the right moves and they're responsible with trading. Because we, like you fairly said, it's very easy to be irresponsible in crypto.
Yep. So cool. Awesome. It's so, I mean, I guess for people that will want to do this, it's a fun, it's a good solution.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Do you
Cool.
guys have any regulatory challenges right now? Because I know the
Mhm.
SEC and everything is it's just going all over the place. Knowing that are you guys based in the states?
I'm based in the States myself in Los Angeles. I've been here in Silicon Valley forever. I mean, San Francisco here is just all the time in between. But our team, it's all over. You know, last time I've taken everybody's location and I put it on the map. It was over 55 cities in like few
Oh
many
wow.
countries. Yeah, but totally was I was the one only like lonely here in America. And there's a couple people in Latam and a lot of them in Europe, Asia, like CIS region, MENA a little bit. Yeah, so we all over. We're just very decentralized.
It does sound very decentralized. Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
does. It
that's
does.
really cool. Um, Anything you want to add? Any kind of announcements you want to make, or any channels you want to shout to get people involved and to get people kind of trying out your environment and your application?
Yes, download the app. Get the glasses, even like a $10 glasses. Just try it out, see how it works. You know, if you have you know nieces, kids that are at that age bracket that they're already using social media, better recommend them Cheelee. At least they will start earning like a pocket money, which is good, and that's the people that they will get on it anyway. But it's good to teaching them that their time it's valuable, from the young age, not when they already 20 and after the college. And I think that's once we get more habit of that our time is super valuable, not just saying it, because in theory we don't really learn, but actually in showing it experientially, which is Cheelee can do. That's where your kids, nieces, brothers, sisters will be more successful in life. So if you do want your family will be more successful, yes, download Cheelee and share it with the friends.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much, Victoria. I had a great time. Should we wrap it up?
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you so much for listening. And please comment, share this podcast episode with whoever you think it will be valuable. And yeah, the more comments, the more feedback. It's always welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, everybody.